Guys, guys. Hi, guys. This is my freaking podcast. Guys. This is my podcast. I started it. Hopefully, if this is up on YouTube, then I started it. And Spotify, too. Maybe. If I can figure that out. This is my new podcast, and I'm so excited to announce that this is my new podcast. Hi. This is Take It to Heart with Elise. A new podcast, a brand new podcast. And I've got some things to talk about today. This is my journal. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how things are going to be around here. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just so excited because I've started. That sounds kind of unsuccessful to say that I've started a bunch of media projects, and here is another one. Like in high school, I had 2 shows. I have been trying to make YouTube videos since I was 11. I used to make all of my cousins act out a bunch of plays. I would literally on all of our family vacations. And shout out if you've been here since then because probably none of you have, and that's okay. But I used to print out packets and packets and packets of scripts, and I would highlight them for my cousins. And I just love creating media. I was a radio DJ. This is my introduction to me, by the way. Hi, I'm Elise. This is the Take It to Heart podcast with Elise. Okay, maybe I'm doing too much. But I was a radio DJ, and they would all say, Elise, you're just talking. You're not a radio DJ. You're not DJing. To be a DJ, you have to play music, and I wasn't ever playing music. I would just talk. So I thought I'd come on here and I make a podcast. So hi, this is the Take It to Heart podcast with Elise. First off, I wanted to start off by saying, well, just updating you guys, I had Alfredo for dinner. Probably no one cares about that, but I love Alfredo so much, and I cannot find a single other person that loves Alfredo like me. Maybe one of my friends, because we're talking about Fazoli's. I think I had not ever in my life had Fazoli's. Sorry. One of my friends' dad worked at Fazoli's, and every time I drive by Fazoli's, I think about how he told me that he worked at Fazoli's and that he would come home every day and he'd smell like onions so bad that like he had to leave his clothes outside. So I don't eat at Fazoli's, but maybe one day. But anyway, I had Alfredo, and it's the best freaking thing ever. I literally screamed when I came home and I saw that we were having Alfredo. And I always, sometimes when I'm talking to guys, I'll ask them if they like Alfredo, and they say no. One time I had a guy say, Alfredo doesn't know who it is. Alfredo doesn't know what it's supposed to be, what it's trying to be. And I took that to heart because Alfredo knows exactly who it's trying to be. Okay? That's it. I just wanted to talk about Alfredo for a second. But yeah, other than that, my week has been great. I've been working, trying to get my money up and not my funny up. I am sick, so maybe this wasn't the best time to start my podcast. Maybe it has zero chance going viral or anybody ever seen it because I sound like this. And actually, this was like the first time that I've ever fully lost my voice from sickness, I think. I don't remember ever actually losing my voice before, but I actually lost my voice, like, fully on Christmas, too. And it seemed like that was pretty common because I guess I just saw TikToks of people being like, I woke up on Christmas and I was sick. So, that was me. But, anyway, this is so funny. You guys can see me now. You can see me actually talking. I can't, like, pick my nose or, like, eat food. I guess I probably could. But anyway, I just thought I'd talk about something today that's important to me and something that I keep with me always, and that is the love and remembering, which it's kind of crazy to go from talking about Alfredo to this, but it's something that I've realized more and more throughout the relationships in my life, friendships, whatever, and family too, of just the art of remembering and how much it means to me when people remember things about me and how much I try to remember things for other people just because I think that's so important. And I've realized that we're just hopping right in if you couldn't tell. But I just think about my college friends especially too because talking to them, it's such an interesting experience coming to college and having to the kind of like give context to your hometown friends or like the potential of them meeting each other or like just explaining them and who they are to you and like then also your college friends like remembering these people even if they haven't ever met them because something that I would do with my college friends I always whenever I'm introducing just in like a story, not even in real life, like introducing a story, but like, or a person, I mean. Like when I introduce a person, I'll give like 4 characteristics of them and I keep them the same. My friends would like not like make fun of me for this, but like it was just something so like that I something so specific that I got down, and I would introduce each of my friends. I'd say they go to this college, this is who they are, this is how I know them, this is how long I've known them, and then I would continue talking about them, not in like a negative way obviously, but just talking about them and like giving this context for them, which I think is so interesting because they don't even know these people, but you can still give such context to them and then they remember these characters, and that's just so important to me because I think it shows that people are listening and that they're attentive. Is that the right word? I don't know. Attentive. I don't know. That they're listening and that they're paying attention. You know what word I'm trying to say. But yeah, I guess just giving people the characteristics to remember other people, and it just makes me feel so heard, and in turn I do that for other people too, just trying to remember these people, being like, oh, they go to this college, they do this, you know them from this. I just feel like that's so important in showing your love and care for other people, and you can do that with other things in their life too, obviously. And I just something that's been on my mind, especially as I continue going through college and meeting new people, or yeah, other people getting like acquainted to my life or the people in it, or me doing that for them also, and remembering, oh, they go to this school, you know them from this, or this is their name. It's just so awesome to me, and I feel like so important. And I feel like it just gives a significance to your story or to yourself, and it just makes you feel significant when people can remember those things about you or about the other people in your life. I mean, I think we've all experienced like when you're talking to somebody and they remember this thing about you, or you can feel it when you start purposely putting in the effort to do that for other people, how you can see them like light up in front of you because you remember this thing about them, or this hobby that they just picked up, or this activity that they had last week. And I just think that there's something so beautiful about that, and I so not I don't think humane is the word I'm looking for, but so human. Is there a difference in between that? I don't actually know. I should probably get a dictionary or something. And I guess something that also goes along with this, with the love and remembering, is the fact that I realize that I have such a fear of forgetting things. I don't know how common this is, but I just have recognized in myself that I have, like, one of my greatest fears is forgetting something, and I didn't realize that before I actually looked at, like, the habits I have. And for one, I've been journaling. I've been journaling since I was in 6th grade. I started when everybody was bullet journaling, and I got into bullet journaling, and I'd write down every single thing that happened in my days. And I just, because I felt like if I didn't write it down and I couldn't read it back then, there's just no purpose. But that's not true at all. I just find myself writing down, like in middle school, I would write down all everything that would happen to me. This is what happened during this class. This is what happened during this class. This is what happened during this class. This is the funny thing that happened to me. You have to read this. You have to understand this. You have to remember this. But what is the point in that? There is there's some value in that, because now sometimes I do look back and I'm like, oh, I remember that happening. That's so funny. But it's also like you're allowed to just have life go through you, and you don't have to grab onto it and hold onto it for the rest of ever. And I think that's something, I don't know if this is really deep for the first episode, but thank you guys for, okay, that makes it sound like it's ending. It's not ending. Thanks for sticking along. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm starting to realize that I grab onto these things so heavily because I'm afraid that if I can't hold on to them forever, then there's no purpose in them. And there's no reason that they happen. But that's not true at all. And, well, I mean, I don't consistently journal anymore. Not because of that. Not because I had this great revelation where I was like, wow, I just need life to go through me. But I don't journal every day now. But or I don't think I ever have. Well, just when I was younger, but yeah, I've just realized that I have such a fear of forgetting, like journaling and also keeping small things. I want to do an episode about this too, but I keep shoe boxes of things underneath my bed from people that have been in my life before and aren't anymore. And I have these shoe boxes under my bed, and I'll put everything that I have from that time period, not like, but everything that reminds me of that time period or that was from that time period and with those people. I have one for like a friend group too. I'll put everything I have from that. There's like receipts in there, and it's like, there's no point in this. Why am I keeping a receipt to a movie that I saw once when I was 15? I subconsciously find some value in that for some reason, because it's like it never happened if I can't remember that it happened. But again, that's not true. But still, I don't know. I don't want to go through. I don't want to throw that away. I I don't know. I don't know if there's a problem with that or not. Cause I got room under my bed. I can keep a shoebox under my bed filled with receipts from when I was 15. But I don't know. I think it's also just such a significant marker of a time that I feel like, since it's not my life anymore, I have to, again, hold on to it with all my might. And throwing it away would be some tragedy. I'm still talking about like a receipt, but really there's like everything in there. There's clothing items. I'm thinking about the one specific box, even though I have a few under my bed now. It sounds like a casket. I got dead bodies. I got skeletons. Is that a saying? I think that's a saying, isn't it? I don't know what saying I'm thinking of. But there's clothing items in there, there's photos, there's coloring pages. I don't know. There's these different things from different activities from that time. But again, I just can't get rid of them because it feels like the time hasn't passed. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I think that I haven't grown if I can't see this other version of myself in front of me. Maybe I think that throwing that away will just make me think that I'm the exact same person I was when I was 15. But I'm not. I was going to say very clearly I'm not, but I've been told that I look the same. That I look the same for the last. When was that photo from? I don't know. I had a pin from one of my sports. I only played one sport in high school. I had a pin from that sport, and I was wearing it on my senior night to be funny, and my coach thought that it was from that year. My coach thought that I was my 14-year-old self because I kind of look the same still. Anyway, that's not me. Even if I look the same, and even if I throw away all my belongings, I'm not the same. This is my affirmation to myself. Even if I look the same and I throw away all my belongings from when I was 15, I'm still different. I've still grown. I've still learned. I've still learned. I'm still changed. I've still grown. But it still feels like I need this tangible item that I can hold in my hand and say, wow, what a different time. I'm talking like I'm 60, but I'm really not. But I don't know. That's just how it feels. It feels like it won't matter. Yeah, those are the thoughts that I've been having. Well, I don't know. I think about that a lot, my fear of forgetting, but I don't really know how to change that. I guess recognizing it, but also because I don't want to throw anything away. I don't think I have to, because those are my memories too. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, it's almost the new year. Well, tomorrow, hopefully I post this soon, and then tomorrow, when I'm recording this, it will be the New Year's. Do you guys want to hear my New Year's resolutions? I'm going to recite them from memory. I want to be able to do 4 pull-ups. I can already I can do one standing flat foot, but not really hanging. I also want my hair to get longer and lighter. I want to get black boots. I want to be single. Could you imagine? Could you imagine I was in a relationship and I was saying that my New Year's resolution was to be single? I'm already single, but my New Year's resolution is to embrace that. Uh, maybe I should add another impression. My one my New Year's resolutions from 2023 was to be able to do Greta Thunberg impression, and I can. Well, kind of. I just have to listen to her one monologue, and then I can nail it. Well, I don't remember what else is on my resolutions. I guess those are the most important ones, but also those are just the ones at the very beginning of the list. I haven't done any ins and outs for 2026, but I think it's okay to not. I think it's funny seeing. Okay, and I was also like this. I did a whole episode on my radio DJing thing about rebrand, but I think it's also funny to take a step back and see how obsessed with rebranding ourselves society is. It's it's like all my For You page. I think it's also like such a humans are so cute thing because it's fun how obsessed with creating a new version of ourselves we are. And like to be able I okay, let me tie this full circle. Did you just see my face light up? Because let me tie this full circle. I think we're so excited to rebrand ourselves so that we can say that we're a new version of ourselves and to look back and say all of these things happened to me, but I need to be able to see a difference in myself, to have tangible things say I do this now with myself. I look different. I have a different style. I have a different music taste. I am a different person than what I was, to force this kind of like growth on ourselves. But I think it's kind of endearing. I don't know. Maybe it's also just a level of consumerism, like we need to be buying new things, we need all new things and to be a new person. But I think it's also kind of endearing to say I want to change it up. I have free will to be able to change things up, and I'm going to. Or watching other people say I'm going to change things up, I'm going to look different, I'm going to have different style, I'm going to be a different person because it's the New Year's, and you can't do that at the beginning of any other month apparently. But that is the beautiful thing. You're allowed to just pack things up, say I am going to be a new person. Things are going to start over. I'm going to be different at any time. Not just the New Year. But I don't mean to take away the power of the New Year's for some people. And for me, again, for me, just like me. I think that's beautiful. I want to start boxing. Can anybody give me boxing lessons? This is my call to action. Can anybody give me boxing lessons? Because that to me is just such, it's so athletic. You have to be so athletic for it. You have to be so, you have to have endurance, you have to have muscle, you have to have everything. And that's wonderful to me. I want to be able to do that. And also, I don't want to like, I don't think I want to fight anybody. I don't think I have beef with anybody right now. I don't think I want to fight anybody, but I want to be able to if I ever needed to. You know? Like, if I were to be approached, I want to have the confidence to be like, yeah, I can beat somebody up. But I don't need to. But I have the luxury to sit back and say, I don't need to fight anybody. I don't know if anybody hates me. Comment down below. Comment down below if you hate me. Comment down below if you want to fight me. 2026 challenge. Fight Elise 2026 challenge. Comment down below. I feel like it'd be fun. I love the edits of the fighters. What is the league called for fighters? UFC? I really hope I didn't make that up. But I see them. They look so awesome. I don't really want to get like knocked out though. That's where I draw the line. That's where I say I don't want to fight anybody. Yeah. Maybe Jake Paul. Jake Paul, comment down below if you want to fight. Maybe I should just start challenging everybody. You will never see another podcast again because I will be full-time UFC fighter, if that's what it's called. I think maybe I should just go WWE. I could just start fighting everybody. Everybody. This is the type of confidence I have. I just said I wanted to start boxing, and now I'm challenging every single person ever. Not really, though. Jake Paul, delete your comment. But I want to start boxing because that's such an athletic thing in my head. It is such, objectively, subjectively, that is an athletic thing that I want to start. Trying to eat healthy, eating at home. Again, I'm in college. Having a meal plan, I'm able to choose what I want, whether that be unhealthy or healthy, whatever that even means. But then I go home, I had Alfredo. Then I go home and my dad makes hot dog bread. Have you guys ever heard? Not like bread that you put your hot dogs in. Like he takes bread like dough and puts it in a pan and then lays hot dogs in it. I'll have to put up a photo, I guess. What the hell is that? What is hot dog bread? I guess I already know what it is because I seen the photos of it. No offense to my family. I am grateful to be fed, even if it's hot dog bread. Hey! Anyway, now here are some things that are not in my rebrand or resolutions, and that's reading and being flexible. Those are two things I will never be or do. I'm sorry, I don't read. I don't read. I never learned. I'm sorry. Second, I'm not flexible. When I had to do, you guys remember the sit and reach, when I had to do the sit and reach in middle school, I got a -8. A 0, just a 0 is just being able to touch your toes. I got a -8. How's that even possible? I think my brother got an 8. He was able to go past his toes. I got a -8. I was a dancer when I was younger. I played sports all my life. Never in my life have I been able to touch my toes. And that really turns me away from like yoga or Pilates or anything of the sort because it feels like a humiliation ritual. And I can save, I'll go on Pinterest, sure, I guess I'll save. I'm okay with, I can save a picture of a girl doing yoga, Pilates, whatever, aesthetic, sure. When it really gets down to it, when my friends say, let's go to a yoga class, I feel like they're trying to embarrass me and they're gonna pants me and they're all gonna point and laugh at me. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. I can't. I really can't. I remember in dance class too, we used to have to like stand up without using our arms. Like one of the legs would be bent and the other one would be straight, and then you have to like stand up. I could not do that. I think like my last dance lesson, I was so close to doing it and then I couldn't. I can't. And that's okay. And I don't mean to be bringing the I can't energy into 2026 because, you know, rebrand 2026. I can challenge, but I will not be touching my toes and I will not be reading a book. And that's realistic. And my friends say, Elise, why don't you read? I never learned, okay? The only books that I would read was like the iFunny books. I love the iFunny books. And also the like drama and was it called Crybaby? The one with her teeth. Drama. You know the books I'm talking about. And she also illustrated the Babysitter's Club comic books. I read the comic books. Like Drama and Crybaby. I really wish I could remember the name of it. And Smile. That was the name of the teeth one. That one scared me because in the book, I had braces for like I had like 3 rounds of braces. I had like 8 teeth of mine, maybe more, taken out. I have a fake tooth. I have a cut in my tongue. I have had so much dental work, orthodontist work, so much. And in that book, sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't read this book for 11-year-olds, but she falls and she like hits her teeth in the sidewalk and they fall out and she has to go to the dentist and she this I traumatized me, I guess, if you couldn't tell, but she had to go to the dentist and she had to she like passed out at the dentist too, and her mom yelled at the dentist. This is just me recalling the book. But I was terrified. I think that is my worst fear. Okay, fear of forgetting and also fear of something horrible happening to my teeth or my mouth because I have gone through so much. I had one of those spacers. This is why I have a cut across my tongue. I had one of those spacers on the roof of your mouth, and you have a key that goes in, and you like crank it, and then it gets wider and wider in your mouth. That hurt. Actually, it was kind of weird. It was like tight. I don't know if this is such a niche thing to talk about. Maybe you guys had spacers too. Is that what the. I don't know if that's actually a spacer. I don't know. But that hurt. Okay, I just said it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. It was a weird sore feeling, and it left. I guess I was mewing so hard that I pressed my tongue up against the roof of my mouth so hard every single day that I used to have 2 long cuts across my tongue, but it's healed into like a half of one, which is interesting. If you're wondering how long it takes for your tongue to heal, it's like 10 years. Yeah. Anyway, those are the books that I used to read, and those aren't really books. So, yeah. I I have like self-help books because I think I can convince myself that those are like important enough to read, or like I saw them on TikTok and so I know that they're good, or like they're going to make a difference in my life. So it's worth reading. But I don't think I've finished any of those. I'm sorry. And I feel like the book market these days is like low key uh not appropriate. That's the way I'll read it. Low key not appropriate. Thank you. And self-help books. And I feel like that's it. And maybe that's because I'm not reading, but I'm not the most interested in the inappropriate books. That's sinful. Not appropriate. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So if anybody has God, don't send me book recommendations. Don't ever do that. I'm going to take that back. Send me recommendations for things to watch on YouTube. Actually, that is a love language, and one of my friends just sent me a new one, and I'm watching it, and it's great. And I really appreciate it. And I'm probably going to send it to the person. I'm probably going to send that YouTube channel to my friend who I've sent recommendations to before, too. It's beautiful. I think that, okay, let's loop back to the beginning. The love and remembering, but also the love that comes with saying, "Oh, this made me think of you," or "Oh, I think you would enjoy this," is so beautiful. And I've recently been not holding back on that. I will just instead of letting my thoughts take over my head and say, probably shouldn't text them right now because it's kind of random, kind of strange. I don't want them to think that I'm thinking of them." No, I saw this little fish dish that I thought was adorable. I just took a picture. I sent it to my friend Macy because we both have a love for, what are they called? Catch-all dishes, trays. Beautiful. I'm wearing a new top that this person saw me buy. Send a picture. Beautiful. I love this. Especially with my friends. I'm thinking of my one friend who doesn't really have social media. That's beautiful. Tell them that you're thinking about them. There is such a love in that. YouTube recommendations. Say, yeah, You're funny. They're funny. I know you like these people. These people are kind of like these people. You should watch this. And that's actually sending. I'm thinking of Peyton King and Max Norman right now. I told one of my friends to watch them, and now that's all we text about because it's beautiful and also they're hilarious. So there's a YouTube recommendation for you: Peyton King and Max and Jordan. Easy, easy, freaking easy peasy. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so congested. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't mean to be. I need to buy a new calendar. No, I don't. Why do I need a calendar? I don't need a calendar. Sorry. I really don't need a calendar, though. I just got that calendar because it was at Staples for $3 because Staples was closing. Would have been cheaper to just not buy one. But I really like this one. Okay, this is such a non-issue. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys. I think I'm going to try to keep these episodes shorter because I don't really need to keep talking if I don't need to keep talking. But I guess that's kind of just the essence of a podcast. So, yeah. My name's Elise. This is the Take It to Heart podcast. I hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below if you want to fight me or you have a YouTube recommendation. Love you guys. Bye.